all those many jobs, all those minor jobs, and people they do painters, all of them, furniture maker, all of them. Why they act the way that they act? Sometimes you see different stories now we go to hear from them, lie up and down, disappointment, different things. In go represent them today. So in the inside the golden chamber now, this now court now with this one we go decide this matter today, and can be if we get as it be, maybe we'll feel sentence to some lashes of cane, or as it matter be, we'll sentence we decide to sentence, and we'll get this young Nigerian youth will be say yes, and only try to make way for himself. In actor, he act and the comedian too, he do MC, and himself na fashion designer. Now we get boss, the tallest man for inside the golden chamber. Boss, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I like the way you respect me. That's sir, because often you don't respect me like that.
I need to respect you now. I don't know what today on mind.
You go here today, don't worry. So in actor, they act Hollywood film, and comedian, MC, and fashion designer. So we'll go Ingo did the exit now, and Ingo they represent all the artisans, and
for your mind now, you're for front door.
Ingo represented the artisans today, and we will go begin, and he go let us know why they act the way that they act. So, but before that, first, how you tell the manage your kind of nature of your job, your MC, acting, comedy, join the tailor, no fashion designer, more call her tailor.
So for common man, we understand.
How you manage them first?
The thing is not a really easy thing. That is why with the pool, we get other employers to where they help you. They save the stress them. Okay. So that in one way you know if you do, another person go do it.
So but based on for all the workers who I get, now we say disappoint person.
And that one serious issue.
Okay. Before that we see Nigeria now tomorrow will be 60 years, and hopefully we'll get better package. We will come do tomorrow for you. We'll talk about Nigeria and 60 and do one or two for inside the matter that one for tomorrow. But then true Nigeria and 60 how far, which way Nigeria? We see say now that they commission a railway project for Ita Warri for inside Delta State, and that railway project now about 30 years ago now they don't take they run that matter, and after 30 years they can succeed to do and come commissioner. That's to say half of Nigeria years now they do railway. Can you imagine? Then now be say the workers start to do maybe another airport. No, new airport on stage. You call it another 30 years, that is 90 years. What can we do? But one thing I want to talk, this is like your side talk based on saying one of the things we see it happened this week, say the commissioner yesterday. One thing I want to talk be say that railway we really need them now compared to the bad road way for the country, because when you talk about bad road, not believe for this Benin, believe for this Edo State, go other place you say yes, everybody even road to north too, bad road. So some people they suggested that money if commercial take do road that instead of that railway will be say many people will not be so we not need that will be many people compared to people where they use road and railway, which one for take the number? That matter perhaps for another day after other matter don't come. We'll see how we take settle that matter. But basically now more will come to the same one wood. My master wood for top wood, and the one we do on top, and they will fair remove. Now make you let us know. So many complain that they come from like angle can work on they do. Fine, nobody only pass. Even so kind company safe. If they disappoint you, would they get many of them who contractors when they do road, for example, many road like Hogbu Yokoro, not many years that they don't start. You say disappointment, no. See they did that one at their own. They will face our own people on now. Now, what really they happen?
What did they really happen? Because we say, although customer not they understand, say we self will be human being. And as human beings, we dey get our own lapses.
So na be human being.
Wait now, because this work, if you really dey face am diligently, you go offend even your own family.
Okay, so enough more than face am diligently again.
So, but whoever way artists are not wrong, we dey apologize. I beg, make enough verse. We be human being.
Time for apology never reach you. Whenever by the time we got a sentence you, you know whether I apologize or not.
But on a serious note, the thing they affect everybody. As human being, you feel fall sick. As human being, your relation fit travel come visit you, say make you come pick am. Are you getting me? So there are different cases where we say they cause the lapses where they make her. Then we know they even they talk government wahala, NEPA wahala, another wahala where they follow. So even life itself in Nigeria not balanced.
So now come make una no call the balance the thing.
So now they cause am.
But you know say, we tell ourselves the truth now. If okay before that one, then why you don't know say one or two things happen? Then why some of them go come they lie?
Who they lie? Now they lie.
Well, some of them go they lie. Say okay, come so they go ready or they even ready.
Who they lie? They lie.
So you know,
the truth is,
but you know they lie.
My own no go fit call a lie. It get
my white lie.
My own. It get as I do my own. If I know say no go dey possible, I go call you before and say bros, bless this your work not fit possible. This also do. Then you go conduct the feed the suspense in case it happen, and you fit you know to verse. Are you getting me? But not like I can't tell you say my grandmother died, my grandfather died, like my grandma I work with. Every time Papa they die, okay sorry.
If Papa dey always die.
Papa dey always die. Say my mom your die.
but you not sure say that thing still rub on you. It still rub on you as in because the truth be say according to one day school, then I'll get some one of our I think they get one elective we'll do for French. Now the law just knows say for French, if they teach you French, they not only teach you French as a language, they'll teach you both the culture, everything we entails for French. So you not sure say your guys teach you outside they teach you the work and you the year now see how many years ago you don't learn work, you still remember say your guy they lie say a grandmother die, a mama die, this one die. Now you not sure say it's still part of that thing teach you join.
And the truth is, as a boy, in many things the way you go learn from your guy. Now you decide. Now you go decide with the one way you go choose. Are you getting me? And now you go decide the one way you go choose to make use of. But it is not really necessary to say you must learn your guy bad character. Acquire the knowledge. Make you throw away the bad character. So that is the thing.
But you on your own, you don't like give me one day. You don't like give me one day.
My brother.
Not the contact for me. One day you tell me say the work done ready, say the plot already. But only for me to come. Another time you take the pull button. And you say it already.
The truth is, that lie. You call a lie. But for us on the tailor, we don't calculate say maybe from this time to this time. I don't know where this person dey. If he come meet the work say I don't do a finish. But sometimes you don't know say sometimes the person fit call you. If he dey the next street call you say I don't come like my work. You tell us say the work done already. Only the person just to come room. She say you see him possibly they do hear me for the trouble on the tag party. The man will just look you, just check it. So when you calculate where to go, I decided to sit down. I will just carry my tea from this troublesome person.
But then you know sometimes when person they call, person like me now, you know, say me, you do the talk and say I told you hurry, and you know say me I busy. The chance not the day like that. So that's why I believe say some persons be like me too. We will call in advance. Okay, I don't come. Tell me truth. Say now this thing done ready. So that because person get mindset. Okay, as he come, he just pick him or you move his stretch, give up, they move ahead because of the kind of the nature of the kind of person job or whatever. Then why not just tell the person the truth? If you tell the person the truth, anything will happen to you. You don't tell the person, say, see you, I they put button now. In the next 10 minutes, it will come. You not sure say it will make them that integrity.
Talking about integrity, if you take them on that note, that integrity would be, but talking about safety for people, there are some what they call lie where they keep people relaxed. Some people are highly.
How you don't depend lie and lie. Okay, lie and lie.
Some people they get hot pepper, they are bloody hot. Like person like you. If I tell you say don't attack body, you go be curse my papa, curse my mama.
No, nothing like that.
For this month change where they pay me. Although I will not call her money na money. Are you getting me? But some people are like that. The figures decide. There are people you do on top of your work. The figures they call you. In fact, they rather to spend 30 minutes abusing you than to leave you. May they do your work.
And then
so that 30 minutes may until they cost you. Which person time it got there?
No, 2 times.
So that's the problem.
Okay, but then now you talk about now somebody would they cost you now because of say something not they clear.
Like it gets some people when I know. Are you getting me? It gets some people when I know. They are very simple human beings. Some of my customers are very simple. If I tell them say, Oga, this your cloth never ready, but give me 30 minutes time, it will be ready. Person go say, okay, make sure it is ready 30 minutes time. Are you getting me? Those people will not abuse you. Are you getting me? They respect you. They appreciate what you are doing. Are you getting me? So they could just drop call like that. That kind of person, my brother, anything I can tell him, I'm free with him.
Feel like giver.
No, not be lie. I can tell him any situation concerning.
Okay. If I get you correct now, be say what you they talk, be say it depends on the kind of person, the kind of customer, and I go determine whether you go lie
my brother,
or tell her the truth.
Not go there so close for me officer come there. Cause they tell us they walk we give you never. He go do a slap you through the phone before he hear you there. They say that one just leave.
But again, some of you now. When I talk some of them, not talk about till to generalize and people be say they do the kind of work, both carpenter, builder, all of them. Some of them would not understand say when they know say you don't they come, that time they come carry your work. You say they laugh now, perhaps it is part of them. That time they come carry your work, put for where they do you cut it say okay now your work.
Like they do now.
Then they do so. And as you come out, you drop them back. Carry on that one they do. Why?
Me I no fit answer that one.
Okay, answer.
Now what they do I fit answer, but on this case, I don't really get particular answer to whichever tailor way they do. But I feel just speculate. Say maybe because
nobody tell even mechanic. Mechanic you fit drop a motor with mechanic now. Class you they come. They ain't go come. By the time you call and say how far you don't go say now they do so. By the time you know say you don't they call the form at the end of the day disappoint you.
Yeah. So I feel just speculate say if it be because it get high paid urgent work. Are you getting me? When make her decide to drop.
So you don't do that kind of thing before?
No, I just speculate.
Wait first, but then everything still fall on to integrity too.
Yeah.
Now, because I know some people will say they'll tell you say first come first serve.
Yeah.
No matter the amount of money you pay. That's why I like one school for Airport Road.
Yeah.
No matter who you be, make you be the president, make you be anything. Oga, as you reach there, drop your position. Now the rule of the school now you follow. You'll see the big men. If you late, if you late, can't drop your pikin. Your pikin go collect.
I want to ask one question. You don't get bank before you dey queue. Then one soft guy your drive motor come your park. You know even when that this motor make some few call after some time manager climb corner. Go carry him straight to your office. I tell to Rami, go out immediately. And you did it for the next like 3 hours. They shot, oh, sure,
that one now the kind society we find ourselves are not supposed to be so. That's why I use that example of that school, the Airport Road. Say, no matter who you be, rules na rules. You play by the rules of the school. Then I know many people, many even commissioner. For instance, with my friend, they visit that Pekin that school. Yeah. Then they drop the commissioner for the gate. Oh. If you're Pekin late, then they not send you. They not send you. Understand? So, if you do like that with customers, you will get that integrity. Then people will believe you more because truth be say, your character will drive customer. And if you lose one customer, you just say that one customer you lose.
If you lose one customer, you lose 100.
So if you pass 100 and networking, that means networking because you never can tell who we go bring come give you.
Yes.
And again,
the person will go bring another.
Or person will don't bring, you go tell them that guy disappoint me, let it try. Before you know, you don't lose those people like that. Yeah. Integrity matters, values, build all these things. It will go a long way to help. I will tell person the truth. Or God, this your work and not go fit. Again, I carry one of my friend in one word. He need where go to get a good gold ring. I can't carry and go meet one of my guys. We say they do. I go smith. They say I'm now legit. I die to run my own. When reach the night, because he wait till they talk. Because I don't live through them. They do the business. Not to sign me for inside. I don't do my own part. But I sit down for them. They talk. Call the show and the different price. And this my guy when I carry go. He know about good. We get good when we. He can't bring and come out. He can't say me this guy up check and make wear. The guy can't wear exactly the way where the good be. Now he be. Now he can say you get integrity. He can't say carry this good. He say your skill you not temper with them. He say carry this good go some kind of place like that. Then when they reduce them with the mind say maybe they say you won't say the good. They can't reduce them. So that the money you don't gain. Because how you get integrity. Now the guy talk one word when I like. He say he must not work for everybody. He must not work for everybody. Every guy sing one song nice. Everybody not feel like you. You not be your love rice. Yeah. He must not. He say he must not work for everybody. So the few one way, say the few customer when get, they guide them like and they protect them. And more they come more. He say he must not work for everybody.
Yeah.
So get that mentality. Not be only I talk to everybody listening to where they do this work. You must not work for everybody. Tell the person the truth. Say, Oga, this work now next week Friday you will carry on. And maybe the person say now next week Wednesday. Oga na Friday. I not go fit. Then you can say person say you know if you try Wednesday and so customer I want their body you can't persuade the person can't accept. What you not supposed to accept.
Bro, you don't be tailor before.
Wait first. You can't persuade the person. You can't say, okay, make I try. The person now can say, make I try. I go do one. At the end of the day, because it don't commit itself, that person now get right to shout for when you come Wednesday.
Yeah, not meet your work.
Service way won't make render that one, not meet them. You go get right to shout for because you don't. I make customer try too. But they persuade person talk. And many a times that person you take say. You not go feel ready on Wednesday and Friday. That person go look and say this guy can take some. Go just say okay, leave and be not disappoint me. Now when you call disappoint time person come, but when that person come down on Friday, whatever business way they do, you don't package that for him. Wait for him. He go trust you. He go run things with you again. But by the time he come that Friday, we be say you yourself promise. You know some they promise so say you not go feel ready to now Friday they'll see disappoint.
And that is why if you see if you see fashion designer where they chop where they see they chop, but tell you say, Oga, now so time I go fit do your work give you. Chicken if you not go do, we not go fit do one, we fit go.
Not everybody must work for.
But the fashion designer when hungry they beat. Work never come your stuff for like we work never come your stuff for like some like say so you know they get that normal daily flow of customer.
If you disappoint. But then now you just one would say you never to get work. You never get work. Nobody will make you quit work.
My brother. No, I they talk so that our customer me they see they understand.
Say waiting, understand waiting.
Me they see they understand say sometimes man must work. And because say man must work, that is why some artisan
you can't collect many work. Because you won't eat, you can't collect many. What if at the end of the day you collect many work? Then you can't disappoint. They not come happy. The work not gonna come again for some time. Now that one better part. Not because of one day. Spoil 7 days food. It good when you eat for 7 days. Now you go because one day you just miss out, you do one. That one day, then 6 days you not see food eat.
6 days.
Yeah, and because one day you spoil 7 days food.
Spoil 7 days food.
It not make sense.
So my brother, that is why.
You know, say get some people they wait for them. Go so kind baby salon.
That's why like who when they do 24 hours. We work. Sometimes we work daytime, work for night. They again you see work. Those 24 hours tailors. They get the opportunity to carry many work. They meet up. But if you not get that strength, carry the one way you feel do, so that you feel meet up. But if hunger they cause out, my brother, hunger they cause out. So I'm not trying to stand for the artisan, you understand? But I try to make our customer to they on the note say make them not to the verse hunger day.
That hunger day, never wait I no understand. That hunger day, you not go get energy to do the work or wait I no understand that part. Now sometimes somebody go give you work, he must give you small thing. You get man no go forget this thing. One of my guy like that will be say yes. Now like sometimes some people go say, oh no man, they kill man.
Yeah.
We be say you look your friend too, we be say they did the same man call an organization now. And they look and say, okay, now the only way to empower this guy in an engineer and a builder, he can't give this guy money to do gates, to do protect all those things. He give this guy more than 70% of the money. This guy comes down, this guy will carry money, you go to the flex, you go to do one or two. Then he can't even he can't give out that money again, 90%. He can't remain like 10% of the money. How far? This guy, the want me that you give her the 100%. He never start work. Now, because they find that 10% to do the work. Now, at the end of the day, you can't do rubbish work. Nobody, our contractors who go to blame. We go see the blame. They see they start like this. Now, at the end of the day, in the con they find that 10%. Maybe they don't give 100%. Make you take do work. And this now work will be say, if they do one building, you can't go show another one. Say if you finish this one, you can't do that one. Because that one, you don't give another one. You say no. Now the work, now you don't fit do one. Because at the end of the way you work or do the work, you don't shop the money.
And it is
the money now to come buy material to work. Come be challenge. Where the money want for come? Why some they behave like that?
And the thing still boils down to this same problem will be say at some artisan. Some artisan they exorbitant. You won't live above your income. You want to live above your income. You know what you receive. Then you flex. Pass what you receive. Then which person money you want cut they do that?
It's capital and profit.
Profit joy. Then later then you come be police customer. You get as it be. So
back to the issue of hunger. I don't understand before we open the call line now because people don't call since waiting be the hunger for inside. You say hunger, you don't talk this how many times. I don't understand the hunger.
Okay, back to the hunger matter. And you know, say artisan for generally, some of them are very underpaid.
Okay.
You know, be like us with close eye, big person because of the kind of customer where we feed the meat. Some of them are very underpaid, and because of the chicken change now, they believe saying they get the work plenty, then the money go big. They do something. So you carry here. At the end of the day now, just because of long throat of money, why not just charge for a work well? Are you getting me? And be able to deliver that, to say you collect here. At the end of the day, you know the kind situation where we dey for this country where we say it's not balanced. Then you dey collect plenty work. At the end of the day, you can't give the person excuse say
Mama die. Mama die.
Oh. Nepa no give us light. No, NEPA not give us light, and many other excuses like that.
Make we open the call line. People don't be eager to contribute. Either they ask you question or they will talk their own experience too, or you be artisans and you listening to us and make yourself on your own part, make you see shook mat for inside this matter. This is now K92.7, and today now Wednesday edition they call midweek service. Make we decide, and we decide today. We talk about last week why some of these are artisans will get generally. Why did they act the way that they act? Why did they disappoint? Why did they lie? Why did they do so many things that they do we're not supposed to do? And we get a boss, the tallest man for inside the golden chamber. We be saying an actor, comedian, and then a fashion designer. And he don't talk some of the things we be see if he possibly cause some. He talks some for himself and all that. Because me no one know why they deal with her, and I know say yes. He don't see shook hand for my eye. 1 or 2 occasions like that. Today now, the guy with cloth was supposed to give me an answer. I say he forget. Between people, say you forget. I tell you, I must have been lying. I talk everything. I then they tell me secrets. I was talking. You say you forget. I go, how you go forget? I give you work. You say you forget. How you go forget that kind of thing?
Have you forget?
Okay, wait, you be answer. Why you forget?
We work on many attempts.
You can't forget.
You forget something.
Okay, now what will be the solution to help when work many? I mean, you don't forget. Give solution by yourself.
The solution be say don't be too busy not to check your records.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Don't be too busy not to check your record. Like sometimes when you're busy with the also the money, then you can't forget some. Say so person did so time so don't be too busy to forget. Make time to.
All right, 070-6263-9275, 090-3939-4427, 081-2178-9154. Send message come the text only line for 08074009076. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Caesar. I come from Delta State.
Okay, talk to us.
I believe for this better you come out together. I think I want to talk my own. Like me, I'm a POP man. I be painter too. People they complain about that before they go even give me job. People don't start to be complain. Me, I dey give target for my work. In like 3 weeks now, I go fit deliver my work. I dey give target. I go tell the person this when your job. You'll get your job. If the other person can't give you money, they try to make sure you work do well. Because they try to put the person for one side, you get as you do. Like this tailor, me and you will talk as if tailor no go make heaven because God for their side though. Just as you talk, if you even tell the thing you come before you record, then you don't carry the clear proof as you come out, they don't drop her for one side. Now so that life be because
what decide and what go be the solution? Now what you sure say we need to do them?
The solution now put upon the court so they will judge the way to do so that they will know that we will settle them. But if we don't settle them, what they will do, they will find this water clean. Maybe they correct their mistake here to do.
Thank you.
I'm used to that. Thank you.
In talk some kind of things just now. What do you pick from what he talk?
According to him, he say in they give target for a work. So any work where they do, they make sure say in give target so that he go fit meet up say in one case not be like that.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Omo Sifo.
Yes, Mami Omo Sifo.
I greet you specially.
I greet you, my brother Gakele Mary. Our brother for City. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. For my own work, work, being an artisan.
Okay.
I know they like for my place where they work. And nobody they tell me say, Oga, I beg, I do this work. Now it's up to me. If I tell you say, come take your work next tomorrow, even though say heaven fall, that your work must be ready. Because I know say now the road to prosperity now be that work. Because any customer when we get now, you know they come out because I go do everything to make sure say he work, he get he work. And secondly, what they cause all this issue be say people work of like 1,000 naira, somebody will carry up for 200 naira. At the end of the day, wahala got start. You know put inconvenient joiner, you know put fuel for generator joiner, you know because you need to take that one go and go through am for the customer. You know put all those inconvenience. At the end of the day, you go talk to you how much you give am. You understand? Like me, if I give you work, if you tell me by the special grace of God you will do the work, I know collect the work from you because not the God I want to give the work to. Yes, because my lecturer for school said me say if capacitor number 100 is bad, you don't need God, you don't need to pray over it. Go buy capacitor number 100, put that for the television, go work. That's the situation. I beg, take know they disappoint people. Majority of the time, people when they disappoint people, they hardly prosper in their business. That's the situation. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very much. I hear that one. And are true. Yeah. And again, when they talk, again, one thing will cross my mind. Sometimes when they see and this thing with the trend, I was trying to see if I would play one video like that. I will use them for my status last week. And I be when what I ordered versus what I got. Because so somebody like this is what I want. Then at the end of the day, now that thing will give you than another big one. Sometimes I believe say now waiting almost if you talk and I see some people will carry contract of 1,000 carry 200. Why some they don't know at all? I don't see some people will be saying as the guy learn work finish, sister for bro give her money, buy tools. He get tools, but he don't know the work. He go not call like this, you say, man, this guy go just and the million work, this guy go finish work. We call that rubbish. He don't know the work, but he get all the tools. And one challenge when some of our mechanics get again, the issue of tools. We get all these things, so we say easy. One day when I go on mechanic, when I see big jack, sometimes like they use small jack. You want jack, you want to do something for them. Your jack and once motor your race go up now saying, that's some mechanic they not go get jack. You want to more say bring your jack. I'll not give my jack. You gotta bring your jack. Because I don't spoil my own or draw finish. Okay, use your jack. You supposed to get tools. Some people don't get tools. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Odiasi.
Yes, it's from Odiasi. So I want to contribute my own.
Okay, talk to us.
So I want to ask why this is. Na me do from Odiasi that visual the dead man where they call for Universal. I want to ask why these people who they delay work for, so they do like this. They go collect money from you. So okay, this one they go pay money for agreement. They don't collect the money. They go they give you story. They not go get boys. They go first tell you say they get boys. So we don't give them the money. They don't write. They don't receive everything. They don't write agreement with you. Then when to come let work, you know, face they don't. If you call and say, hey, he go say just dey travel, do travel and so they talk. Why they do like that? Like
I don't understand what you dey talk.
Okay,
now wait. What do you mean be say now me for example now I want to go learn work. The master will come say the master will come collect money, no come teach. Now what you dey tell me that?
I record and explain. I say like me na do na musician. So first of all, I could go write agreement with one musician. So the man collect money from me. He first tell me because people are saying me on the see. He can say okay. He come meet me for us. He can say me I pay money. Me I buy drink, buy everything. I come buy and go carry give am. So when I don't carry and give am, because already this a big play. And this a big play. But me say me want to go learn something, John. So when they reach there, I collect all the money. So they tell us Wednesday we will come. Go say okay, come on Wednesday. I will call from house. Because they just dey travel.
Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand. More not drag the matter. That one, less than 1%. It could be if I thought you not go really 1%.
Why did they do like that?
I'm not sure. So many of them. They ask you why they do like that.
Why did they do like that?
Okay, now let's the listing. Go answer you.
Not on the case of musician, Abi. But for I think for apprentice before that is why before you sign in as an apprentice. With somebody, make sure say
you observe.
Make sure say you are sure. You know say this person a reliable person.
You'll be like if you want renters, not renters for dry season, rainy season. You know whether the area good or
check
not.
whether flood they enter the house. So like when I want go sign agreement to let Taylor, I look everywhere. I check. Are you getting me? Now person when I they would they patronize, when I they sure say they do the work, when I they go the office and they see things for myself. Now they I learn the work.
But you not come check whether the only place you not check now they lie. You not come check whether they
lie na individual personal character, but for work, make sure that the person is working.
That video when I be talking now about makeup, the lady show a picture of person. Video of so okay, see this kind of makeup now I want. He can't do rubbish for her. And he pay 10,000. He call the chat because but not be this TV. You might consider the whole grand. You don't make mistake now. You don't need to just accept. Because the talk you're saying he be one try do one like this. Now he must do one like this, he go do like this, and he not get so thing. You know, goes why you can't carry the work?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where they call us from?
Okay, my name is Alex. I call you from Safely Road.
Okay, Alex, talk to us.
Well, you get many things where of course from the way I feel say I want make you not talk those kind of people because you give some of those people mind to do some of the things that they do, like all those hunger day. No. You know why? Because some of these people, from me in my experience, I never make love for tail of hand once where you go there, you want to pick them. When you just go there, we don't hand them over to you. You must get it. If you don't try, you could defeat body, and body will call it. You never ever go to a place once say you don't do your work for you, you just complete. And it's not good. Integrity for work like this is something really very important because if they look say you want to gather many together, you disappoint those many people, those many people will not give you. And if you satisfy me, I get the capacity to give you 10 more people. You understand what I mean? Okay, but if you disappoint me, I get the capacity to make 100 people not come where you did.
True talk.
Because if you disappoint me, the one when we go take care on that person, that one will tell on that person, that one will tell on that person, they're not going to hear your side.
Networking.
But when you satisfy me, I get capacity to bring like 10 people. I want me to check the ratio of if you disappoint and if you meet up. So people, these artists like almost people talk the other time. Most of them, one of the things that they also do, they say you will see what just because you want to collect the work first. You know, you will still collect later. You will come be like Yahoo work. And when you don't enter finish, you come to give you the next stage. You go to give you the next stage. You go to give you and you don't say you don't pay. You don't. You don't lose anything. Just complete this matter because now you go lose. And some people don't want to do police matter. They don't want to do all those things and all that. I believe that many of them they hear this radio program. So make it not good. The one way you get, just like you talk, you must not work for everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody. You must not satisfy everybody. Satisfy the ones with quality, not not be the number of people, now the quality of service when you feel render to people. Let the important pass the number of people you gather around yourself. Thank you, my brother.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for listening. Any tailor will be say they listen to what they talk now. Can't decide to the work on this thing when they talk. In a very, very, can I insult you? A very, very stupid person. No be. So, no go say because waiting with the talk we say no use because of say the country hard.
Now you stop. Those are called the stress and say what you think you know by on God day. Because you go give people one kind of orientation so okay on that day.
No use because say the country hard. You want try to meet up so this.
We'll go this market when we come. We will continue the program.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Thank you. We tested with us. We not to touch the dial on top. KU Bonga excitement now. For the last lap of the program nowadays, so very soon the sport crew can take over to tell you what did happen for the world of sport. My name is Kelimero to get up was the tallest man for inside the Golden Chamber. And today we decide about why artisans they behave, where they behave, and what will be the solution, and what they stand to gain if they behave well, and what they stand to lose if they not behave well. We don't talk many things full grant, and we don't hear some people on too. Make yourself still call to contribute or ask questions, ask questions as the matter be. 07062639275, 09039394427, 08121789154. Send message come the test on the line for 08074009076. I will go follow read your text message. But before we pick call, we'll get one thing we be say we need to quickly let us know. 1 3-year-old boy will be saying name na Dominio Ekene in a twins and in the dark in complexion. 3 years old in the miss. So they talk to you now. The last time when they see on our Monday evening when they play with other children before one neighbor will be say they stay their area. Now they stay for a Kadolo community. That the neighbor now don't park come and do our side. So in last night in see the woman, they see the woman with the Peking, but after some time you not see again, and as you not see Peking, not see the woman. This is their former neighbor now, and they not get phone number to tell reach the woman, but they know say now do our side here now a park come. And they say before now the woman always they send the children message during the area. So now nobody know who carry the Peking now. But the point say if it be that neighbor, and please I beg if you see any Peking 3 years old boy Dominio Ekene, they dark in complexion, make you see, make you let the report to any nearest police station or even Kokuma let us know for KUFM. The mother name na Blessing Adave from Shina from Benue State, or the husband na Ekene Ibe from Unsuka from east side of the country. And before now in see the husband say ask and say the husband run follow one other woman for time where they say don't tea. Now let she be the taker of the children now. One of them now they miss. So I beg make we, if you get any information we go feel lead to this boy recovery, make you Kokuma go police station or let us know for KUFM. And I beg now with the day and make we they use our sense, our kanushi. When period like when shouldn't they play, make you put eye for ground. When you see person around the way be say you know to understand, make you quickly let them know and give your children orientation, the need, why they don't need to follow any person. No matter give them money or give them biscuit or anything, give them that orientation. Our prayer be say, who say go still come and now say they don't see the missing years old boy, 3 years, Dominion Ekini. Hello.
Hello, ma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where they call us from?
My name is Joshua. They call from Ibobo.
Okay, Joshua, talk to us.
Now this apprentice applicant matter I want to talk.
Okay, talk.
My report not go to the person very try project that the not present and so they have this come there as a the effort. I know the test of the trainings, but not going to the work my contract no federal government work.
Okay, which one do you know?
I know the test of the training, so I want to close.
Okay.
My master to be there, okay.
Okay.
So when we do learn of that, our master tell us some of the learn work in the teachers. In the teachers how to charge customer, how to keep record, how to talk to customer, how to give you a slap, how to arrange shop, when the real ass rent, when you come to the concept. Then now what we do, once they bring anything, we check our best, charge the person. Then you don't want to give the you can't give the person time. We do about 14 to 13 days that time. If they reach like 2 days to when you tell that person you know let the value the person come in a 2. You know you pay another thing to that I see the minimum for that person house on that mosque. You understand that? So apart from that one again, because there's many people they not be finished to the knowledge but like all the knowledge so we don't give money give our God. So we need to add the meaning of God they carry go as it's not 2 years or 2 years because we are 3 years. So the time they go run go very far, go pull short. You don't see and say if you come they push something for your head. Oh that time video CD then go to video CD for one pit. You see carry and come the same day. Cause now we know they come the help and the parent. Then they carry run go against in the joint. So the days will come for neck. Then when you learn work, there was some fault when our Ghana speak for your Ghana when they learn for electronics, making flat power amplifier. This one get advantage to learn now when we take those shots. You know, so if you learn work deeply, you come know you take this inside the job. Then for tailor, like my last my tailor, you know that some people will come. If they don't force you, not trying out because they will come to start for you, you have to clear. You know, so person they see pattern for net or for this by the pick pattern. You know say you get flat the left, when they pick clothes and give you man, you can't be like bamboo for inside the clothes because you know that me at least in a country I
thank you.
When I go tell you things.
No, take other people call, I beg. I not be like some people will go bring the thing the line break by understand what it means. Say maybe you go bring
you be fat person.
One show waiting.
You carry like one person design.
Thank you very much for all those things. And again, not be like people open eye for money. Hear what you talk now. Say somebody now because say open eye for me. Say your guy open money. He can't come up for work and never learn. He over and I carry the work go to give on that person may repay. Stay, learn the work, finish well.
Just like it.
Hello, I get you.
Hello, Messi.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us sharply, 30 seconds.
Okay. I want to greet you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that happen now, when all this work they collect money, they can solve their problem. You are going to start to collect money for, so they want to get the way they don't collect, so they don't spend. That's another very big issue. So what do you do concern? You that you work, they don't get passion for it because that one I tell you that is true. You must have passion for what you do, they protect what you do. How do you collect money for somebody around? You do take and do the problem. The next thing you collect for another person, you're going to stop this stuff in.
Thank you very much, you Peter, people. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Oracle.
My name is Oracle, aka Open Chicken, aka the Esther Ambassador to the Award, aka the Seed Master of the
Oracle, we don't have time. They will give you your bag, okay? Don't worry, they will give you your school bag.
What day? Don't tell me your boo boo yaya. What day? Tell me.
Don't tell your father they will give you. I'll call your father, don't worry.
I've only told my friend that I want school bag.
They will give you, don't worry, I promise you, okay?
Which day I want to know?
I will let your father know.
Okay.
Don't do. And our opposite critic, she win bag from one competition one time from private school association people, and we'll reach out to them, make they give her the bag, man, for get peace. Hello, the last call.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Fred.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Talk to us.
I just want to quickly talk one thing. Obviously, I joined the accidents, but I want to just let you know one thing. Say there's still a face challenges for the work, in the sense that maybe now those will use like electrician, weather. If NEPA don't give the light, they can't get, maybe when they walk along the line, their gen can't spoil. They get challenges to fix the gen, one or two things can't happen. They lead to disappointment now. They lead to come the talk lie up and down. They move up and down.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. In the office, you talk that and say sometimes light they join many things, and sometimes when people fall sick too, we know. And customer make us try to understand, and artisans make we try to bring in our best. Put in your best, not like give somebody. Tell person the truth. Say this work go ready, so day. Tell her the truth, or I not go fit do one for that amount. Not go take small amount. At the end of the day, we'll get a better place to run things sweet. Because of time, now we'll draw the curtain. I would really thank you, boss. We take take time, answer some questions, take it all straight. And because some people don't see talk, this last caller will not go flog you again.
Okay.
Go and see no more. I beg, if you see the 3-year-old boy, Dominion Ekene, in our twins, and in the dark in compilation, I beg, the last time we they see now, this Monday we just passed through, when they play with some other children for the area, for a Kadolo community, and the last person they see with, we see around that now, their former neighbor ABC don't park, come and do our side. I beg, if you see and make you let us know for KUFM or Kukuma report to any nearest police station. Make our parents make we put high grant for our children away. My name is Kelly Merritt. I don't go.
Kaki no be leather. Originality. Where's me? Hey. Now we own the society. Oh. I get ability. Hey. Now we be VIP, team peace and tranquility. I'm making all the cheddar. People hide the radar. Siska keep on tabada. People know me well. If you don't know me, brother, I know like Wahala. I'm a cool-headed guy. I know like Kasala. If you want to know me better, go away, Baba Fella. I don't dance in the time of Nelson Mandela. Ask Sonja Stella, Fashola and Bola. You go see, say na true one in Januela. Originality. Now we own the society. See, I get ability.
92.7 KUFM.
It's the after party then. After the party, it's the hotel lobby. And after the Belby, then it's probably Chris. And after the original, it's probably this. Yes, my bedside, Fiesta. Remix with the homie from the Midwest side. Game recognized, game new too.
Now, if you got cash money, then you feel it. And if you're rolling on them things, then you feel it. If you're drunk off in the club, then you feel it. If you're some money making dog, then you feel it. No, so do you feel it? you got to feel it. If you're sipping on some Kush, you got to feel it. And if you're throwing up the you got to feel it. Fiesta, 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 track masters, fiesta, 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 fiesta.
If you are a Serena Williams fan, and I reckon that there are millions and millions of Serena Williams fans all over the world, these are not the best of times. She has been chasing a 24th Grand Slam, the all-time record currently held by Margaret Court. She's won 23 Grand Slam in the Open era, but Margaret Court has the all-time record. If you're talking about the current players, well, Serena Williams is out there and nobody is even close. The closest person to her is her sister, Venus Williams, and Venus doesn't look like she will ever win a Grand Slam again. So Serena, she will take some catching. We were always thinking, okay, the next one was going to be where she would win it, but she's been to a couple of finals and she has lost. However, this time she was playing in the French Open. Unfortunately for her, she got injured. She had an Achilles injury, and so she has pulled out of the French Open. Really disappointing for Serena Williams, but that is the latest story out of the ever exciting world of sports. Serena Williams out of the French Open. Other matches are on. We'll be looking at them, but we can tell you that Dominic Thiem, the favorite of some to win the French Open. He won the US Open. He is through to the next round. They had to fight really hard, and he won in straight set, but the third set went to a tie break against Jack Sock. Rafael Nadal, El Matador himself, the greatest clay court player the world has ever seen. He's won the French Open and an incredible number of times. 12 times. Absolutely ridiculous that one player would win a particular tournament 12 times. He's going for his 13th title. He's also through to the next round of the competition. And of course, we'll be looking at other things happening in the world of football. The transfer very much on. Some players have moved from one club to the other on loan. Others are having their medicals, and we'll be giving you all the details. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KUFM in Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I bring magic to sports presentation and analysis. Agosa Agbekan, the sports maestro, is also here. Agosa, let's begin from Roland Garros. Serena Williams, really sad, pulling out of the French Open with an Achilles injury.
Well, there was nothing she could do, absolutely, because she wanted to win this 24th, having, gone at it on several occasions, to make it, reality. But still, so we all thought, okay, the French Open would be the perfect stage for her to complete, to make it 24th and equal out of Margaret Court. But here we are, Achilles injury, knocking her out of the tournament when she was supposed to be playing today against Pironkova, but now she has decided to withdraw. But then I wish her speedy recovery, because I thought it would be better for her to be fit and ready for every tournament if she's to equal that of Margaret Court. But she knew that she was not going to be able to continue, even if she had to manage, and even if she gets beaten by Pironkova. But the fact that before the match she thought, okay, I think it's time for me to take some weeks break and get myself fit before competing. I think this is the best thing for you to do, better than being knocked out by a lowly ranked tennis player.
It's not about the player that she's playing. She was in discomfort. She said she can't even walk. That walking was even causing her so much pain, and Achilles injury is not something that you joke with.
So for me, I wish I had speedy recovery. I just hope that she goes on to take care of herself, then take some rest, then come back. Hopefully this season, let's just call the season the end of the season after this tournament, because the Wimbledon is not going to be taking place because of the COVID-19. So hopefully 2021, I hope she comes back maybe that will be the year.
She'll be 40 in 2021.
Maybe that is the year she's going to complete this Grand Slam. So make it 24. Nobody knows, but I think it would be better for her to be fit before.
Even when she played against Christy Ann, her fellow American, on Monday, we could see that she was struggling physically, but she was still able to hold on, and she won in straight set 7-6, 6-love. But it was just not. She didn't have it physically to come back and play today against Svetlana Priyankova. Yeah, she could not do that, and so she is out of the competition. Victoria Azarenka is also out. She was beaten in straight set by world number 161 Anna Karolina Smilderdlova. In the French Open second round. Really shocking.
Yeah.
She got to the final of the US Open, so it's not like she isn't in form.
Yeah, she got to the finals, and though she lost out to Naomi Osaka, but I expected her to go far in this tournament because of the fact that she has won Grand Slams before and she's more experienced to Karolina Smilderdlova. But notwithstanding, I know this is one tournament that you see so many upsets. Even in the men's singles, we've seen upset, but I never expected that she would pass out.
We've seen a bigger upset than this, and she lost 6-2, 6-2. The other guys that we're talking about, so maybe well-known names, Stan Wawrinka, for instance, was the one who beat Andy Murray. What's this guy's name? Marin Cilic was beaten by Dominic Thiem, and Dominic Thiem is favorites to many to go on to win. Dominic Thiem is already through. He won earlier today, beating Jack Sock. But for Smilderdlova to beat Victoria Azarenka,
one would expect Azarenka to have this result 6-2 over our opponent, but here we are. I don't know what really happened to her, but one would have expected that I haven't gotten to the finals of the US Open. This is one tournament that you want to better, go one step better and become the champion. But here we are. She has also crashed out. Well, let's see how they are going to fare next year. But this time around, she just have to bear the loss. But for the men, the shock I've seen then came from John Isner. Yes, he was beaten earlier today by someone who I
don't think I'll see John Isner beaten and I will feel shocked. John Isner only has a powerful serves. He's got very big serve,
Stall and all that.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Part of just lands for so many years, but
now any loss for John Isner, I will not consider it a massive shock. Well, there's a lady that is through to the next round, but I don't know, we might hear the same thing that we heard from Serena Williams. We're talking about Kiki Bertens. She won. She beat Sarah Errani. That match was ill-tempered. They had some hard words to say to each other. She won 7-6, 3-6, 9-7. But she suffered from cramps and she collapsed on the court, and she was even taken off the court in a wheelchair. And when they touched her leg, she screamed out in pain. And Sarah Errani left, was cursing, was angry, and she even appeared to be mocking Kiki Bertens, who was suffering from a cramp. So I don't know whether we will see Kiki Bertens again in this competition, but who knows. I hope she recovers, but she was in so much distress. She was crying, and when they touched her leg, she was just screaming out in pain.
Really, I feel for her. I hope she comes back strong and very quick. But if she's not able to come back tomorrow, that means she'll be putting out of the tournament because of the schedule. And if it's something that will take a week or 5 days, for instance, then I don't see her continuing.
Cramps normally it doesn't take that long, but I don't know how severe the cramps
for her to be assisted by a wheelchair.
Yeah, she was taken off on a wheelchair, and it wasn't just the wheelchair. The way she was screaming when they touched her, she was, after she won, she just collapsed on the court, and then they rolled out the wheelchair, and when they touched her, she was screaming and telling, when you are in pain and you tell somebody, don't touch it, don't. It doesn't matter whether the person is the most qualified masseur in the world. You don't want that person to touch your leg, whether the person is an expert physiotherapist. You just don't want anybody to touch you at that point. Even when they tell you, look, it is best for you that we do this, you just do not want it. Okay, for Stan Wawrinka, well, he's through to the third round. He beat Germany's Dominik Kopfer to get into the third round. He had earlier knocked out Andy Murray. He secured a 6-3, 6-2, 3-6, 6-1 victory. So he is through. And as we told you, Dominic Thiem is also through. He is in the third round. He beat Jack Sock in straight set. The first two sets were not very competitive. I think he won 6-1, 6-3. Yeah. Then in the third set, yeah, that was really competitive, and it went to a tiebreak.
Yeah, 7-6. Well, as a champion, you have to take whatever comes your way, and now now that he has won the Grand Slam, which is the US Open, still basking in that euphoria and looking forward to adding this to it. But then he has a very, very, very high mountain to climb if he's to win this tournament because of Rafael Nadal. But the fact that he won the straight set, that was really, really good. And even the first game he played at defeated Croatian's Mario Cilic, who has also won a Grand Slam, tells you how good this man is. That match also ended in straight sets. So now he has beaten Jack Sock in straight set, though it was a bit tough in the third set. But I'm sure with these victories, he could go on. If he meets lesser opponents, yes, we'll still expect straight set for him. But
it's in the same half of the draw as Rafael Nadal, so they're likely to meet in the semi-finals.
Then if he's able to get to the semi-finals and beat Nadal, then we can be looking at a two-time Grand Slam champion, in the making, in Dominic Thiem.
Beat Nadal, they will be fed Novak Djokovic maybe in the final. Djokovic has only won the French Open once, but at least he's won it more times than Dominic Thiem. Dominic Thiem has not won it
at all.
He's been to two finals.
Yeah, it's somebody we are looking forward to seeing. Maybe in the semi-finals or the finals of the tournament. But you still have to take things, one step after the other. But now 2 matches, 2 victories. Congratulations to the Austrian.
So that is the situation. Dominic Thiem through to the next round at Roland Garros. Okay, so much for tennis. We will be shifting gears now and going to football. That will be after we return from this break. Please stay tuned.
It's there to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go home 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one who sleep pass, now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move, come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020. And is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
This oil is good, Devon King's oil. This oil is fine. Devon King's oil, and it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil, we fresh well, and the price now carry go. It gets tamper proof and it dey for different sizes. So as it dey sweet your belly, it dey sweet your pocket. Oh yeah, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop when near you.
Devon King's oil.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, time for work and for play, for a great start to your day.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Alright, welcome back to Sports Fiesta live on 92.7 KFM Benin. Well, before we leave tennis, I just realized that we've not given you the score of Rafael Nadal. He beat Mackenzie McDonald 6-1, 6-love, 6-3. Okay, and right now Kei Nishikori is playing. He's taking on Stefano Travaglia. Travaglia won the first set 6-4. Kei Nishikori won the second 6-2. They are in the third set now. Travaglia is leading 2-1. And Benoit Paire is taking on Federico Correa. Correa won the first set 7-6. They are in the second set. Alexander Zverev, he's got to really wake up here. He's playing against Pierre-Hugh Hubert, and Hubert won the first set 6-2. They are in the second set at the moment. Okay, from tennis now, let's go to football and look at what is happening, especially in the transfer market? Well, we can tell you that Chelsea midfielder, what's this guy's name now? Ross Barkley. Yeah, he has joined Aston Villa on loan for the rest of the season.
Well, I saw it coming because you have to balance the books. If you are buying players, then that means some players will have to leave because of the FF play. But I never expected that Ross Barkley would be among those to go. But I think it's also good in order for him to have more playing time and also to have a chance with the Three Lions. You just have to move and go to that club because the players that came in this season, come on, he's down the pecking order. So I think it's good. After joining Chelsea from his boyhood club, yeah, he's also spent some time. But this time, though he's on loan, if he's able to do very well and maybe Lampard sees okay, he could come back and also contribute to Chelsea winning titles. It could be recorded, but this could also lead to permanency. But so far, what is important right here is the player has to play because since this season, he has already played 3 times and scored just 1 goal. So as a midfielder, you want to play all the time in order for you to have a chance of playing for the national team.
But at 26, you're supposed to be at your peak. If at 26 they are sending you out on loan, I think you've just got to. That is it. You really cannot make it at that other club. But well, we've seen it after all. Mohamed El Neni of Arsenal went on loan and now he's back and he is a super regular for them. So it could still work out for Ross Barkley. But I think he's one of those guys that you feel did not play to their full potential. He's got the talent. I mean, it's there when you just know how good a player he is. By the way, as we've told you several times in the past, this guy could have played for Nigeria. Yeah, because his father, his grandparents, in fact, even his father, you know, is Nigerian. His grandfather is 100% Nigerian, but he married a white woman, so he's how do we put it now? He's his father. That's the guy who gave birth to Ross Barkley. His father is say this word is now offensive. So he is half Nigerian and half English. Okay. So, but his father now married a white woman. So Ross Barkley is Ross Barkley is I don't know. I don't think he's not even half Nigerian. He's like quarter Nigerian because his father is not a full Nigerian. His father is mixed. Yeah, and his father got married to a white woman. So that's why when you look at Ross Barkley, you will not know. He looks white. He's even, you know, he's lighter than your average mixed race person. And that's because of the intermingling of the races. I think it's a bit more white on his side than black. But he qualified to play for Nigeria from his grandfather, who is about his grandparents, who are 100% Nigerians. Then his father is of mixed race, and then he himself, his father now got married to a white woman, so that's why you see him like that. But he is Nigerian, and this is something he revealed himself.
He's even you can even look for it and Google it. His father is Peter Efanga in Nigerian, so there's nothing difficult for somebody to know. And even the way he plays, he's really strong. One could say, okay, he has a Nigerian heritage, but
Nigerian blood.
But now, I just hope he goes on to do well with Aston Villa. I'm sure he also have we have John Terry there as the assistant coach, so it could help him, you know, to come back strong, maybe go back to Chelsea and fight for his spot.
Okay, what's this guy's name now? For Barcelona, they are on the verge of signing Ajax right back Sergio Dest. He's having a medical there right now. This ahead of an £18 million move. He's 19. He came through the Ajax academy and he broke into the Dutch first team in 2019. He was born in the Netherlands, but he has represented the United States of America at youth and senior level. So this is the situation. He's having a medical. Then also Barcelona fans, yeah, it's looking like you are going to sign this player very, very soon. Of course, medical, well, it's usually the last, but we've seen where a player does medical at one club and then he joins another, or sometimes you might fail a medical and you will have to try again. Maybe when you get fit and you come back and you do the medical, and then you will be signed by that club.
Yeah, well, good for Barca at the moment. When you have a Dutch coach who is trying to bring back that Dutch flair and all that, they expect him to get some Dutch players. Even the Memphis Depay, we hear very soon he will be joining Barcelona. But then they sold some players, so you expect Ronald Koeman to replace these players that we sold. And Nelson Semedo left and joined the Wolverhampton Wanderers in the English Premier League. So he's a defender. We expect another defender to come in. Then look at the forwards who also left. So for me, I think the manager is trying to, really get players to replace those that departed and see how far he can go with Barcelona. If everything goes well with Barcelona this season, I don't see anybody stopping them. They could go on to win a title before Ronald Koeman will leave them. But let's see how far he's going to rebuild the team after the crisis they've had in the past 2-3 seasons. But then I just expect that it does very well this season, so that some other big stars could be convinced to stay at Camp Nou.
All right, let's go to Combat Sports now. Conor McGregor, he says he really wants this fight with Manny Pacquiao, and we've also had Manny Pacquiao saying that this could actually happen. So in 2017, Conor McGregor, he went from MMA to professional boxing, and he lost to the guy who was at that time, and some will say, the greatest pound for pound fighter on the planet, in of course the American showman Floyd Mayweather Jr. And now, well, after, you could say he's a professional boxer now, talking about Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, having fought against the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. And he even tweeted last week, Friday, talking about Conor McGregor, that he would be boxing Manny Pacquiao in the Middle East. And then a day later, the Filipinos assistant confirmed that the two teams are in talk. This was how it started with Floyd Mayweather. And we're like, oh no, this cannot really happen. But it, as we know, it did. He got knocked out in round 10. I think he will be knocked out again, and this time even much earlier, because while Floyd Mayweather, I will consider him the greater fighter. Well, Pacquiao, I think Pacquiao has lost about 7 fights. But I think Pacquiao is the one that is more business-like. He wants to just finish you off. He keeps attacking and keeps pressing. Floyd Mayweather is a defensive boxer. Is really strategic when it comes to protecting himself in the ring, and you just be throwing punches, you hitting empty air. But with Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao, I think Pacquiao will come at him and maybe even knock him out. When Floyd Mayweather fought against Conor, he did not really defend himself. He just wanted to knock him out, and he took him around 10. With Manny Pacquiao, this guy who has held titles across 8 weight divisions. I mean, it's just awesome. So he's going to be going for Conor's head.
Yeah, I expect him to knock out Conor, because of the fact that yes, he is a professional boxer full time, not like Conor who is trying to mix boxing with a mixed martial arts. But notwithstanding, the first fight he had, he made so much money, and this fight is still going to give him so much money. So it's as if he chooses the kind of opponents he wants to fight, so that he can generate a whole lot of money.
Of course, he will not fight against a non-boxer. He is arguably the biggest name in MMA, so he would want to also fight somebody who is a big draw in another sport.
Yeah, really good for him. I like the way he's choosing his opponents, and the fact that he went the distance he kind of before he was knocked out by Floyd Mayweather. But I don't think he will get to a last distance against the Senator. Who on that day will just put the Senator stuff aside and let's go boxing and all that. Well, it's going to be really, really massive for the both of them. They are going to go home with a massive, pay at the end of the day. But I think it's good. Let's see how far he can go with Pacquiao, because Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, we tend to see them, I think, a few years back as those that are really, dominating the boxing world in their different weight category. But right now, I think being a senator in the Philippines and also combining boxing with it, well, let's see how far it will go. But to me, I don't see him lasting the same distance with Pacquiao that he did with Floyd Mayweather. This guy will just want to come, get the job done, then go back to Philippines and continue with what he's doing. I really admire his courage talking about Conor McGregor. I just want to see how far he will go with the Philippines.
Okay, Israel Adesanya took on Paulo Costa in the UFC 253, and that was in the middleweight division. Israel Adesanya, of course, the defending champion. Paulo Costa, undefeated challenger. When they went at it, and we know what happened. Israel Adesanya easily obliterated Paulo Costa, knocked him out in round 2, 3 minutes and 59 seconds of round 2. But there has been some controversy. People have been looking. I noticed it too, as at the time that they had that fight. Israel Adesanya, it seems the right side of his chest, I think the right side of his chest, when you look at him, it's like his pecs, it's like one side was protruding, like it was drooping, so people have been saying all sorts of things. Some said, is it an injury? It could be that he was injured and that's what happened, but I've seen medical experts who have reacted to this, and they said, look, if it were an injury that caused that, then he would not have been able to fight. He would not have been in that condition to fight. So it wasn't a health issue for Israel Adesanya, because we saw how he came out and how he fought and was able to win comfortably. But the camp and even Paulo Costa himself, they've been coming out to say things like Israel Adesanya cheated, that maybe he was doping and that's what kind of altered his physique. But Israel Adesanya has responded to that, and he has dismissed it, that it's just rubbish. He has always fought clean. Besides, they were tested, both fighters were tested before that fight. So if Israel had been doping, then of course it will have by now we will have had something like the fight has been declared a no contest, because even with John Bones Jones, with whom Israel Adesanya has had this running feud, but I don't know if that fight will ever happen, because they are not in the same weight division. John Bones Jones was in the light heavyweight before, but he vacated his belt and has now gone to heavyweight. Israel Adesanya is in the middleweight. So even if he adds weight and goes to light heavyweight, John Bones Jones is no longer there, and I don't see how he can just add so much weight that he can start fighting in the heavyweight. So we may never see John Bones Jones versus Israel Adesanya. But with John Jones, there was a time when he fought against Daniel Cormier. He won. He knocked out Daniel Cormier. But later it was revealed that he doped, maybe not even intentionally, but that's something that has been hanging around the head of John Jones. So if Israel had done anything illegal, by now we'll have had stories from the UFC, and they would have said, okay, maybe that fight is going to be reviewed or anything. But the UFC has not said anything. It has been just people who are coming up with conspiracy theories as to what happened to the chest of Israel Adesanya.
Well, they are asking after beating Costa. Okay, since he started fighting and knocking out his opponents and all that, nobody saw.
No, the chest wasn't like that. I know Israel Adesanya. I've seen his physique. It wasn't. You will, if you know him, you will just immediately notice that is something wrong. The right side. It caught my eye, but I looked at it, but I dismissed it. But you know what? There are times when you see something happens, you take note of it. You just see this thing is odd. But you don't think anything about it because you are concentrating on something else. Then later, when they now bring it up, you now say, oh, yeah, I noticed this when it happened. And that was exactly what happened with me. I saw, the moment I just saw them when they came out, and Israel, it was when Israel was about to come out for the fight before the referee said fight. That was when I noticed that. I'm like, what's this? But I didn't really take much notice of it until after the fight, and people started talking. I was like, okay, yeah, I saw those pectoral muscles. It's like something was wrong, but Israel has dismissed that, and medical experts have also they've revealed a number of reasons that could have caused it. That maybe it was the training. He put too much stress on himself and all that, and that's what happened to him. But there was one doctor on YouTube. He was saying normally you get that on your biceps. That's where the muscle, that's a muscle when you train very hard, that pectoral muscle can pop up, but it's usually at the top of your shoulder, and I think I've seen it with a professional wrestler. Sometimes it just pops up, but it could also appear where we saw it with Israel at this time. But he was basically concerned about Israel's health, and he said, look, it isn't a critical health issue, because if it were, there's no way Israel will have been able to fight. But because of what has happened, the other camp are beginning to say, oh, maybe he was doping, and that's why he had that muscle
I don't think so that it was because of doping, because he has fought so many fighters, and I don't think it's because of Paulo Costa he will go and dope, knowing full well that after the fight, if he gets tested and
before and after the fight,
you have to test. So if you are found wanted, then all the everything that he has done since he became a UFC fighter, then he will now rubbish everything because of one fighter. I don't think so. So for me, I think Israel is a natural fighter, someone who likes to go out there and do his job. Well, let's just hope that he continues to take his opponents to the cleaners, before getting to retire. There will be nothing wrong if Israel retires as unbeaten, just like we are seeing from Mayweather. So for me, I think it's good right now. Let him continue to represent the green, white, grey, and continue to knock out all the trash talkers when it comes to UFC.
Well, he is the king of the trash talkers.
Yeah, but he's always back in his own.
We love him for that, because he will trash talk, and then he gets to the ring and he does it. Absolutely. Well, that's one thing I love about him. This one is never afraid to take on anybody who talks crap. And there's one guy I'm hoping, but he is not, of course, in Israel Adesanya's weight division. He is lower. He is in the welterweight. Colby Covington. He supports Donald Trump, and he's been saying things that are outright racist. But unfortunately, even Israel Adesanya has complained. Some guys from the Middle East have also complained about what Colby Covington said. He said some things about Tyrone Woodley, whom he defeated. He called it, just because Tyrone Woodley supports the Black Lives Matter movement, he said all sorts of nasty things about him. And Dana White was asked, and Dana said, look, I didn't hear anything racist from what he said. But he was told that, look, even Israel Adesanya and some other fighters in the UFC are not happy with some of the things that Colby Covington has been saying. He even had a spat with Kamaru Usman, who is the UFC welterweight champion, but Kamaru, suspended for, he didn't do anything, no. But usually after a fight, when they look at both fighters, and sometimes if there is an injury. So when Kamaru fought, what was the last guy he fought that he beat him?
Before Paulo Costa?
Kamaru Usman did not fight Paulo Costa now.
Kamaru, I thought
what was this guy's name? He's very popular also in the UFC. But Kamaru beat him, of course, to retain his title, and then afterwards he had to. They suspended. Not when I say suspended, it doesn't mean that it's punishment, but it's the normal procedure. If you have some injuries, even if you win the fight, they will say, okay, you are suspended, you are not cleared to fight for a couple of weeks. So that is what Kamaru Usman is facing right now. But the guy, Masvidal, the guy that he beat to retain the title, to defend the title against was Colby Covington. And Kamaru, before that fight, he was talking so much nonsense about Kamaru Usman. He has insulted the people of Brazil, and when Kamaru Usman beat him, Brazil celebrated because he said so many nasty things. So he has, I was hoping that Kamaru holds his own when it comes to trash talking too, but I think Israel is on another level. So if he had been in the same weight division as Israel Adesanya and they were to fight against each other, then Israel will have eating him, Kamaru is really taking care of business. Kamaru has been putting him in his place, and when he was talking trash to Kamaru after beating Tyron Woodley, Kamaru told him, well, I bust your face the last time that we met, and I'm going to do it again. But he kept talking trash, saying he wants the belt back, he's going to get the belt, and Kamaru told him, look, there's no way you are getting this belt when I am here as the champion. All right, let's go on this break, and when we return, we will be taking your calls.
This oil is good, oh. Devon King's oil. This oil is fine. Devon King's oil. And it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil wey fresh well and the price na carry go. E get tamper proof and e dey for different sizes. So as e dey sweet your belly, e dey sweet your pocket. Oya, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop wey near you.
Devon King's oil.
All right, welcome back. Time for you to talk to us. You can call us on 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Danjuma, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
So, calling my graduate. Where you call the one part
Manny Pacquiao.
I do I say the small money you make for the Mayweather, I do I say money that is finished.
Which one be small money? The kind of money when that guy make that one fight. People no money for the rest of their lives, even if they live to be 100 years old.
I think the money I think want to make another one.
But he's a combat sports guy now, so he could.
The money one make. No. For Israel, I made a leave that guy. It's a thing that the guy and beat this or this or that. For no the talk all this one, you put at the top. You can't take me. Need a leave one for us. I do it.
Alright, thank you, Danjuma. 070-6263-975, 090-3939-4427 or 081-2178-9154. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
This is Zoro from Sapega Road.
Sorry, I did not get your name. David, welcome.
I wanted to ask if Israel has ever fought could be convicted.
If Israel has done what?
Has ever fought could be convicted.
No, they are not in the same weight division. Israel is cold piece in welterweight.
I wanted to ask because I'm still the guy person this time. He's just talking trash. That's why I'm asking.
No, he's never fought him. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, but of course, even if you are in different weight divisions, but because they are in the same sports, you could respond. You could say, no, what this guy is saying is racist and it should not be happening in this sport or something like that. So that's where the controversy is. Israel has spoken out against what Colby Covington is doing, and other UFC fighters have done that. But the president of UFC, Dana White, said, well, he's not seen anything racist. He's not had anything racist from what he has said. Dana White himself also is a strong supporter of President Trump. In fact, he even spoke at the Republican convention. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Oga Ibrahim.
Good evening, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Pius. I'm calling from Mogida.
Good to have you, Pius.
First of all, I want to wish but when I heard the news, I was heartbroken.
Good news.
Because I wish for Serena.
Okay.
Serena.
Yeah.
Because I wish she could have by now she could have been maybe 25 Grand Slam. For missing from family 4 to 5 finals and now again. You know, we are still hoping that maybe she will be able to make that record now. She now got injured. I wish her quick recovery and just hope one day she will get there and she will supersede that record. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Hello, William. This KFM.
Yes, this is Sports First on KFM.
I'm a big fan of your show. I like the job you guys are doing. Keep it up.
Thank you, but please, you want to tell us your name?
Yeah, Christopher from Benin.
Sorry?
Christopher from Benin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's my first time calling.
Oh, your first time?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, let's welcome you properly.
Okay.
Welcome to our family.
I'm a Arsenal fan. I love the show. I love the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, at the end of the show, can you call your first message number?
Call what?
Yeah, first message number at the end of the show.
Text message. Okay, no problem. We will. Okay. Okay. Let's take this call. Then we'll give you the text line. Hello. Okay. The text line, Christopher, is 081 851 00884. 081 851 00884. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good to have you.
First time caller.
What's your name?
My name is Julius, sir. Bakafa.
Julius, Julius, it is Basa, it's not Baka.
I think Baka.
It is Basa. I'm telling you the right name of your club. Yes. Yeah, it is Basa, not Baka. Welcome.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir. I want to ask about the 2 week postponement.
No, it's not confirmed just yet. We don't. We are just. It was a speculation that because of the upsurge in COVID, they may do that. It's not like they have said they are postponing it for 2 weeks.
Okay, sir.
Yep.
Any finding concerning Arsenal?
Arsenal. No, not just yet, but they are working on some things.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon. This is Ben from Jerry.
Ben, welcome.
Please, can you guys give an update concerning professional wrestling as a WWE?
We do that on Mondays and on Saturdays. On Tuesday and on Saturday. On Tuesday, because we'll have had a Monday Night Raw, and then we give it to you on Tuesday. Then on Saturday, because SmackDown is now on Fridays, no longer Tuesdays, so that's when we give you. We can't give you now because we do not have it. But tonight there will be NXT, but we don't tend to focus on NXT. But once in a while, I still give the NXT results. So they have 4 actually. There is also 205, but that one is not the.
No, 205 we don't follow those ones.
Yeah, 205 is for the crew.
We don't follow them too much.
So but for Raw we give it on Mondays, and for SmackDown we do it on Saturdays.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Mother Yuni speaking from Mobida.
Great to have you, ma.
Okay. Please, I want to ask, sir. Is it the tactics Lampard is using that is not working in Chelsea? We were thinking that magic is going to be happening this season. Even the cup that they lost yesterday is very touchy. It's not that Chelsea have won that cup.
Yeah.
I don't feel maybe if I should drop my phone, I want you to enlighten me. I want to know what is going on. I think it's not putting the right player in the pitch, or is this settlement that is using in the game?
Okay.
They should do something about it because we defense we are enjoying it whether old or young. And I wish and women the best of luck. Maybe next year we complete maybe 24 and we will break it by the grace of God.
Amen. Okay,
thank you for the work. Thank you for the work you are doing.
Thank you, madam. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, ma. Thank you. We really appreciate it. For Chelsea, I think, we warned. I warned in particular that, look, do not expect that Chelsea would suddenly start playing the best football in the world. They brought in so many players they bought about 8. They made about 8 signings, and 7 would be starters. Yesterday, you saw Mendy in goal. At least you can see that there was an improvement there. Ben Chilwell was at left back. The guy who scored for them, Timo Werner, is one of their new players. Kai Havertz has been coming in, and so you have Hakim Ziyech has not even played a competitive match for them. And Thiago Silva, he made the horrible mistake against West Bromwich Albion, you know. So there are so many players coming in, so it's not going to just work out at once for them. Pep Guardiola, it took him some time to get that Manchester City team going. You know, when he was coming to England, people told him the English Premier League is different, or he thought they were joking. But when some clubs that he did not expect, some mid-table teams dealt with Manchester City, that it was the second season that it's really gelled for him. Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool today, one of the best clubs in the world. Nobody can dispute that. But it took him some time to get the team together, and before they started playing this beautiful football that we are seeing right now. So with Chelsea, it's going to take time. But having said that, there are times when Frank Lampard, clearly, he gets his tactics wrong. And there are times when, even if he gets the tactics right, some players make some individual errors and all of that. So it's basically, it's going to take time. They need to understand how well, you know, each play. You need to understand yourself. Timo Werner is very fast. He's pacey. So who will be hitting those balls for him to run into space? Yesterday they had a target man in Olivier Giroud, but how many balls did we see from the midfield trying to free Olivier Giroud? So all of these things, it will take time for them to perfect. And unfortunately for Chelsea, they didn't have a preseason. They didn't have a preseason. For Liverpool, they could afford not to have a preseason because this team has been together. But when you have 7-8 players coming into a team, you need many. I don't care even if you are getting the best players in the world. You cannot just bring them together and expect that yes, everything will just gel. No, they needed a preseason of like 2-3 months before they could really hope to create a decent team. Hello.
Hello, this is Emmanuel Loja from Jari.
Welcome, sir.
First caller.
Oh, so many first-time callers today. Let's welcome you. Welcome to our family.
Thank you, sir. Please, I want to know about money transfer. They should transfer because they are tired.
I can tell you, I'm not a fan of Manchester United, but I am frustrated. You know, on behalf of Manchester United fans, the way they've been doing it's been ridiculous, really. Today they tell you they are chasing this player, tomorrow this other player, next time it's just been embarrassing. But they're still working on something. It seems they will get Ousmane Dembele. They're already talking to Barcelona, and then they still hope to get Jadon Sancho, whom they've been chasing for the past 1 million years. But they're still hoping to get him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
I came from Agadagogo.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yes, thank you for your analysis, Mr. Ibrahim. But I will still join my voice with the lady that just called concerning the one of Chelsea. Because yes, they brought in 8 players. But the players they are just bringing in now are not all just new. These are the same players that ended the season. Okay. For Messi Matt, just as I analyzed in the morning, what stopped him from passing that ball to Timo Werner yesterday? That one is not certainly it's not Lampard's fault yet. But it will be Lampard's fault for you to keep bringing him again in the next match. You need to know that you need to know what he did and how you'll be able to give players good ball when they are in a good position to score, because I believe football is a team something and not just individual play. So these are the things you're supposed to bring into their mind, and also for those boys to know that this is not just imagine yesterday the man made a mess yesterday. Yes, I mean I was saying maybe even the beginning of the second half, we began to remove him and bring it to boys. So he will know that he's doing something that is not good. Every time giving him all the 90 minutes, all the matches, he's still making you to feel remorse over what he's doing. Sometimes he will be good, because the most time is on the field, I don't know, it's childish anyway. So I just pray that they really pick up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Okay, that's a cue for us to look at your text messages. It says, dear Boruboru, dear Sport Boruboru, Man United are looking at Chelsea situation. Is the reason they are not signing players instead of spending 100 million on Sancho that has not won golden socks? We should keep that money and be rated number 1 in Forbes lists famously. Okay, you don't want to spend 100 million, but you are prepared to pay 91 million, and you say they are looking at Chelsea. I don't know what they are looking at. They are ready to pay 91 million, but Dortmund are saying no, you have to pay our asking price, which is about $120 million, which is around 108 million pounds. Please tell Arteta to loan Lacazette and bring in a good striker. He's a waste for Arsenal. Mike from Benin. But he scored though against Liverpool. The only goal that he scored, it was Lacazette that got it to. Good evening, sirs. I am Onome from Lucky Way. Barca will surely bounce back this season. Just past some trying times, which is normal in life. My name is Elvis. Please, I want to know about Tottenham transfer. Tottenham.
They've got some players, but they've not got any new player yet. Hosberg joined them, and Gareth Bale came on loan, and they also got, I think, one other player also. So far, so good. The team have gotten about 3 to 4 players.
Good sportsman. Well, I will just say my mind. Manchester United is the most annoying club when it comes to transfer and on-field performance. Good men of sports, to get Una is not easy. Where is Osawa is long time from Okotorigba 1. Well, Osawa works with another radio station at the moment, so you'll understand when you don't get to hear him. But even then, I think he's called us a couple of times. Hi, KFM, please, can you give Manchester United update? Ayadi from Benin. Well, we do that all the time. As soon as we get updates about Manchester United, we release them. Sorry, some of these messages are incomplete. Let's see. This one says, good evening, sportsmen. Well, brace yourselves because United is coming with 3 signing of Jadon Sancho, Alex Telles, and Luka Jovic. Mauricio from inside PZ. Right, it will be wonderful. We are waiting. Good evening, Sports Guru. Thanks for calling out the SMS line. I've been waiting for it since last year. Famously, first time texting. Oh, okay. But since you've been waiting, why did you not ask for it? But we call it now several times. Evening, men of sport. As for what could be Covington? Okay, as for that could be Covington, I just hope Adesanya gets his hand on him because he talks trash about Black Lives Matter. Well, Kamaru Usman is doing a very good job. Kamaru Usman has dealt with him the first time. So I hope we see a Usman Covington too. I follow Kamaru Usman on Twitter. I'm going to try and DM him and tell him, look, when Muhammad Ali went to Zaire and he was to fight George Foreman in 1974, and when he was going around the street and people were screaming, Ali, Bumaye, and of course Bumaye means kill him. So that I will just send him a message, Usman, Bumaye, because of all the nonsense he's saying. Good evening, sports gurus. I am Precious Emeka, the only Liverpool. Oh, sorry, your message is incomplete. Let's see. Good evening, Oga Ibrahim. Which time is Man United playing today? I am Ohis boy. Yeah, they're playing in the
Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup,
I think the time is 7:45. Yeah.
Okay. This one says, I knew from the offset that Emiliano's sale was a mistake, only dealt with a clean sheet thus far. Bin, Sapele Road. Your name is Bin? Okay. Sapele Road. Okay, alright. Let's see how many more we can take before we say goodbye on this show. Good PM, Oga. I disagree with you over the coach of Man U. This is the third season with the club. Are the players of Crystal Palace better? I don't know what's happening. Many of your messages are incomplete. Okay, the last one for today. Good evening, Oga Ibrahim. What is the latest on Awa Mikel Arteta from? But I think Arsenal are still in talks, but we don't know. Really don't know who they will get. Thomas Partey, they've talked about him. They've talked also about Awa. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for listening to us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Okay, on a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. I'm Sally Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Agosa Agbekan. Please stay tuned for KU News Break, which is coming up at 5 p.m. Bye-bye.
4 years ago, I got into Benton Idahosa University with a dream and a firm determination to be better. But then, I quickly realized that I could be so much more. I didn't even know I had more in me. In school, I made great friends, went on memorable trips. I grew in character, met amazing people, like really amazing people. It's 4 years now, and I can proudly say I am better than I ever imagined. For more information, please visit www.biu.edu.ng or call 0814-990-6200. Benson Idahosa University. Your future starts here.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know, cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, babe. Just sit back and relax. Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. 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 Tune into 92.7 information. Tune into 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7
92.7 KUFM. Turn on excitement.
92.7 KUFM. 92.7 KUFM.
KUFM 92.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world. This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
It's 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on KU 92.7 FM Benin City. First, the headlines. President Buhari to address the nation from Eagle Square on October 1st. NERC suspends electricity tariff hike for 2 weeks. In today's Extra Voices, respondents disagree with organized labor over suspension of strike action. On entertainment, Burna Boy tones down activist Omoyele Sowere's invitation. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kaduri. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari will address the nation from the Eagle Square in Abuja on Thursday, October 1st, 2020, as part of the activities to commemorate the 60th independence anniversary of the country. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity. The address is scheduled to hold after the anniversary parade. The traditional early morning October 1st presidential broadcast will therefore not feature on Thursday morning. President Muhammadu Buhari has sworn in 4 newly appointed permanent secretaries of the Federal Civil Service. The brief swearing-in ceremony took place just before commencement of the weekly virtual Federal Executive Council FEC meeting in the council chambers of the State House. The 4 new permanent secretaries, including 3 men and a woman, are completing the list of 16 persons appointed in June, 12th of whom had been sworn in more than a month ago. Those sworn in on Wednesday include James Sule from Kaduna, Ismaila Abubakar from Kebbi, Ibiene Roberts from Rivers, and Shehu Shinkafi from Zamfara. The weekly virtual FEC meeting, which is in progress, took off immediately after the brief swearing-in ceremony. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo San, Secretary of the Government of the Federation SGF Boss Mustafa, Chief of Staff to the President Professor Ibrahim Gambari, the National Security Advisor NSA Major General Babagana Monguno, and 4 ministers were physically in attendance. Others attended from their various offices through video conference. The Petroleum Industry Bill 2020 passed first reading on the floor of the Senate during plenary on Wednesday. The leader of the Senate, Yahaya Abdullahi, presented the proposed legislation, and the president of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, read the bill for the first time. The leadership of the National Assembly had, on Monday, pledged to accelerate legislative action on the Petroleum Industry Bill submitted by President Muhammadu Buhari 2 weeks ago. The federal parliament, however, vowed to ensure thoroughness in its consideration, which, according to the principal officers, will be treated simultaneously with the 2021 national budget. Lawan and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, said this during a National Assembly joint leadership meeting on the PIB with the Minister of the State for Petroleum, Timipre Silva. The meeting also had in attendance the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Meli Kyari, and other heads of the NNPC subsidiaries. The governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has assured road transport workers that road infrastructure will get special attention in the next 4 years of his administration. Governor Obaseki was speaking when he received leadership and members of National Union of Road Transport Workers in Edo State, who came to congratulate him over his victory in the last polls. He described road transporters as an important chain in the economic ecosystem of the state, noting that having good road networks will help enhance their business activities. Obaseki thanked them for their role in the election day, which was instrumental to free and fair election.
You make sure that the materials got to the voting units on time. That's why we were able to finish the elections on time. If you did not do that, will the election be credible? So God will continue to bless you. As you have protected democracy, God will protect your livelihood so that we continue to have a country where everybody is catered for, not only a few people. We know your pain. We know that when the roads are not good, it costs you more, that you don't do as many trips as you can do. So the next 4 years, we will continue to invest in the roads. We will use the money to work for the people. That is what you told me to do by going to vote for us on September 19th. Be rest assured, as long as God keeps us in this Osadebe Avenue, we will work for you.
Earlier in their congratulatory message delivered by Secretary of the Union, Comrade Felix Ailogie, the union pledged to offer more support to the administration in the coming days.
We are here today to reaffirm our 100% support to you and your government more than ever before in the next 4 years.
The union had representatives from the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, ordered the 11 electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, to suspend the September 1st tariff increase for 14 days. The Commission suspensions order of the multi-year tariff order 2020, signed by NERC's chairman, Professor James Momo, was released on its website on Wednesday. NERC's suspension followed a joint communique issued by the federal government and the labor unions. The order by NERC said the DISCOs must revert all charges to the tariff existing as of August 31st from September 28th to October 11th. The secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa and Maman, were among the team that met with the labor unions. Coming up in a moment, after this break, NAFDAC to phase out production of alcohol in sachet. Welcome back. Still in the news. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it will totally ban the production of alcohol drinks in sachets by 2023 and 2024. Its Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, on Wednesday said banning of the product will come in phases. Adeyeye had earlier expressed worry over the sale and consumption of alcoholic beverages in sachets, small volume glass, and polyethylene terephthalate PET bottles. She also decried the negative effects of irresponsible alcohol consumption on public health and on the safety and the security of the public. In today's Extra Voices, respondents disagree with organized labor over suspension of strike action, and that's coming up in a moment. To many Nigerians, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, may have been reduced to mere toothless bulldogs that can only bark without biting. They think that the once masses union, which previously helped to put the government in check against harsh policies, may have become helpless in the face of several severe government policies that have affected the people lately. Do people still have confidence in the labor union as the representative of the masses? Well, Extra Voices has people's views on this in a moment.
ever-revolving world of news, one story becomes extinct the moment another major story breaks.
Market women don't know whether they pay anything.
But with KUFM's Extra Voices, the story never dies. It just takes on a new life.
Market meho.
There is no water in the house. The toilet is not good.
We don't have any fashion in APC.
We bring you new angles and fresh perspectives to every story, no matter how old or remote.
There are a lot of educated people that are involved in politics nowadays.
We go a little beyond the surface to get you those extra details ignored in the rush for the news.
Now bridge, now we take the enters now.
Some don't die for inside.
We go beyond the lines to bring extra voices, not just for those making the stories.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But for those affected by the stories.
I've lost one bag of rice. Documents.
So it's a real disaster.
With Extra Voices, we add new flavor to give fresh perspective and taste to an old story. Extra Voices airs every Wednesday and weekends on KUFM's major news bulletins.
The recent suspension of mass protest and strike action by organized labor is eliciting wide criticisms from stakeholders in Benin City. The industrial action was proposed by both the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and the Trade Union Congress TUC over the hike in fuel pump price and electricity tariff. KFM correspondent Nusakai Wadai highlights the spillover effect of the increment and views of respondents across Edo State.
The Nigerian masses have expressed disappointment over the suspension of mass protest and indefinite strike action slated for last Monday over the recent hike in petrol and electricity tariffs by federal government of Nigeria. The retail pump price for petrol is currently between 160 naira and 166 naira per litre. The policy changes is already biting hard on the masses, prompting the organized labor to threatening to embark upon an industrial action if the policies were not reverted. But to the amazement of many Nigerians, the mass protest was suspended in the early hours of Monday. Since then, many Nigerians have been speaking aloud. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NAS, Zone B, which comprises South-South and Southeast, described the increment of petrol pump price as anti-people.
I'm Comrade Imafido Imadioge Steven, student activist. We totally reject agreement by the NSA and the TUC. As at this particular time, Nigerians should be given what will liberate them from the poverty level, not what will further put them to poverty.
A civil servant, Franca Igminedion, said the impact of the hike in petrol is already telling on Nigeria. A Benin-based journalist criticized the organized labor for the abrupt suspension of the strike action, having mobilized for the exercise.
Well, Gabriel Noel says my name. I'm the correspondent of Vanguard newspaper in Benin. I saw it coming. Because Nigerian labor leaders have never impressed me. It's under Opupu Yaya. And at the end of the day, the poor workers are taken to the cleaner and nobody respects them, not even the government, because their leaders have traded them off.
The civil society community is not also happy with the way and manner the strike was suspended. A human rights activist, Patrick Eholo, chairman for the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, Edo State, Barrister Abraham Oviawe, Kola Edokpai, expressed their annoyance this way.
What is NSC? They're supposed to represent the interest of the workers. And here you have states that is owing workers' salaries that they have not paid.
I feel disappointed by the call-off, but also feel that there's nothing wrong in sitting down to discuss and chat a way forward in resolving the issues if there is sincerity of purpose. Now they're talking about palliatives. Why did they wait until the labor's engagement if they were sincere? Knowing fully well that this